Whenever something new is introduced, there will always be those who will fight back against it, sometimes using rather unusual methods to get their point across. You Got Trouble by Erma Bombeck. Read by Karl. News item. Plans for a proposed drive-in movie would be submitted to members of the Suburban Gems Plat Council at Wednesday night's meeting. The theater, to be known as the Last Roundup, would be erected on the patch of ground between Queen Phil Dirt Wanted, call after 5 p.m. at 959-800, and Ned Stem's Car Wash. Estimated to occupy about 30 acres, it will feature a Western motif, 350 speakers, a refreshment stand, and permanent personal facilities. Professor Harold Swill, vocal band director of Suburban Gems High School, is heading a group of dissidents opposing the Last Roundup, as expected to speak out against the proposal. A drive-in movie? Don't you understand? Friends, either you are closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a drive-in movie in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friends, right here. I say trouble, right here in Suburban Gems. Sure, I'm a lover of the arts, and certainly mighty proud. I say mighty proud to say it. I consider the hours I've spent with Susan and Romberger golden. Helps you cultivate timing, discipline, a natural ear, and a way to get girls. Did you ever take a pocket comb covered with toilet paper on a picnic and improvise with tiger rag? Ha! I say any boob can fake a few bars of the beer barrel polka, but I call that tacky. The first big step on the road to the depths of degradation. I say first a rip of Mozart, then a near beer six-pack. And the next thing you know, your son is marching with hair right down to his knees, listening to some stoned-out hippie talking about pot. Not a shiny cooking pot with mom's ham and beans, no sir, but a pot where they freak out of their skulls. Makes you sick, I should say. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got R, restricted, X, nothing censored, and a GP where a flipper gets a hickey. Movies that make the difference between a pervert and a bum, with a capital B that rhymes with D that stands for drive-in. And all week long, the Suburban Gems used to be goofing off. I say young men will be goofing away their noontime, suppertime, chore time too. Hook the speaker to the car. Never mind getting the lawn fertilized, the sand in the litter box, sitting little sister. And that's trouble, my friend, lots of trouble. I'm thinking of the kids in the back seat, kissing till their braces spark, cold popcorn, melted ice balls, and that's trouble. Right here in Suburban Gems, with a capital T which rhymes with D which stands for drive-in. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm going to be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while they're watching those outdoor flicks? They were talking about Gatorade, trying out filter tips, popping in breast mints like pill-popping fiends, and bragging all about how they read Valley of the Dolls in one slow evening. And one fine night as they leave the drive-in, headed for the malt shop, you find your son, your daughter, in the arms of an oversexed sophomore, mattress-minded, all systems go, parental guidance. Friends, the idle motor is the devil's playground. Trouble. Oh, you got trouble. Trouble right here in Suburban Gems. Trouble with a capital T that rhymes with D that stands for drive-in. We surely got trouble. Gotta figure out a way to stamp out puberty. Mothers of Suburban Gems, heed the warning and the telltale signs of corruption before it's too late. When your son leaves the house, does he stuff his 4-H bylaws in the glove compartment? Does he take a bike on a date and tell you the heater in the car isn't working and it's August? Does he have a copy of Playboy hidden between the pages of A Boy's Life? Has he ever refused to finish a knock-knock joke in your presence? Are certain words creeping into his conversation? Words like far out? Well, my friends, you got trouble. Trouble with a capital T that rhymes with D that stands for drive-in. You surely got trouble. Right here in Suburban Gems. Remember God, motherhood flag, and Paul Harvey. Oh, you got trouble. Terrible, terrible trouble. That field of passion under a sky of stars is the flag of sin. You got trouble, trouble, trouble. Oh, great big trouble. Right here in Suburban Gems. With a T that rhymes with D that stands for drive-in. News item. Plans for a proposed drive-in movie were approved last night when members of the Suburban Gems Plat Council reached a compromise. Originally, council members complained the speakers might contribute to noise pollution in the area. Approximately 140 students, representing Suburban Gems High School, volunteered as a group to turn the sound off completely during the showing of movies. Professor Howard Swill, band director of Suburban Gems High School, said, "It is maturity like this that restores my faith in young people." The end.